and welcome to Hot Girl Perspective, your go-to glow-up podcast. I'm your host, Valina, here to help you become the best, hottest, most confident version of yourself, as always. Don't forget to give the podcast a rate and review if you end up liking this episode or if you've been here for a while but just haven't gotten the time to do it. If you're new here, then give Hot Girl Perspective a follow because we'd love to have you. And I'm just always looking to add more girlies to this community and just be besties together. I heard this quote a while ago and it just made me out and just nod my head, sometimes when you're just like, that makes sense. This quote went like, you have a reputation with yourself. And I was just like, yes, actually, I do. We are always just so busy thinking about how other people perceive us and what our relationships are like with other people, our friends, boyfriends, family, co-workers, and just other people in our lives. And we forget that we also have a relationship and a reputation to maintain with ourselves. Like, we can't drop the ball on that because that is the most important relationship that we will ever have. Basically, it was talking about our self-concept. Like, we have a particular image of ourselves. We have a particular understanding of ourselves. Basically, you can't just show up thinking that it doesn't matter how you treat yourself or how you see yourself. There is a reputation that you have with yourself and you have to maintain that, if not improve it. Whatever we associate with our identity affects our life immensely. Let's say you felt like dressing up when you were meeting a friend or when you thought that somebody was coming home, but as soon as you realize that nobody's coming, you decide that it doesn't matter that you feel kind of ugly. It doesn't matter if you haven't showered today. Like, nothing else matters because who else is going to see it? It's just you. There's just a fine line between what would actually define it as self-love versus you kind of ruining your reputation with yourself. So if you start associating the fact that you didn't put in efforts for yourself with your identity, if that becomes your self-concept, it's going to become a habit, whether it's good or bad, very easily. When I say good or bad, the same thing goes for the positive side. Because let's say you know that you're not seeing anybody and you want to feel good today, you want to feel prettier today. So you get up, you take out a cute outfit, you get ready, you put on your lip gloss, you do your hair, you put on a perfume, even when you know you're probably just going to sit in your bed and just read a book or journal or watch Netflix. Well, in that case, what you are associating with your identity is the fact that I am a girl who takes care of herself and does things irrespective of who's going to see it or not, because she's doing it for herself. She respects herself. And when you do it multiple times, you're going to start associating it with your identity. And as soon as it clicks that that's my self-concept, like as soon as it attaches to your identity, it's going to become a habit. So then on multiple occasions, you're just going to dress up for yourself because then it's just a habit. It's just norm that, yeah, I do dress up for myself. I wear cute clothes every single day. Whether I'm sitting at home, seeing somebody, not seeing somebody, going out or not, doesn't matter. I hope I explained this in a way that you guys understand. Let me give you another example. Let's say that you want to cut down on coffee and sugar, but as soon as a friend asks you out for coffee, you say, yes, why not, without hesitation, and step out of the door. What you are associating with your identity as a person, like who is your name, like dash, 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 she is then somebody who doesn't respect her promises, who doesn't respect what she decided for herself, and will throw it away if she knows that she's going to get coffee. On the other hand, let's say the friend asked me out for coffee, but I say, I don't want to have coffee, but let's go out. You can have coffee. I'll have maybe a smoothie bowl or some matcha or something else. Then what I'm associating with my identity, like who is Valia as a person, she's somebody who's respecting what she decided for herself. But at the same time, she also doesn't want to cut back on the fun things in life like meeting friends. So she's going to go out, but respect her boundary and just have something healthier. That's the identity that I'm going to start associating myself with. Like, I'm a person who respects boundaries. I'm a person who takes care of myself, blah, blah, blah. And that's what's going to show up in other aspects of my life as well, because that's who I think I am. So the gap between who you are and who you want to be can be closed by shifting your self-concept. This is exactly why I am statements or affirmations are so, so powerful. Why it's said that I am is the strongest and the most powerful sentence. It's because it's directly telling you what you think of yourself or what your identity is, what your self-concept is. It directly says, I am respected. I am organized. I am messy. Whatever you associate with I am, you're basically telling yourself that this is who I think I am. Like your entire being, your entire existence is explained in that sentence whenever you use I am. So, bonus tip, try incorporating whatever person you're trying to be like or the identity shift you're trying to make. Incorporate those qualities into your affirmations and add that into your routine. Because when you're doing things physically that mirror who you want to be and saying, I am so and so, I am blah, 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 that matches the identity you're trying to shift to, that's going to make it even easier for you to manifest that life. It's going to make it even more quicker for your brain and your reality to shift. Now, the question is, how do you shift your self-concept? How are you going to shift your identity? You can shift that identity. You can shift your self-concept from point A to point B, however big that difference is, by doing these three things. Number one is to keep the promises you make to yourself, even small ones. If you said you're gonna take a shower today and wash your hair, don't be lazy. Take the shower, wash your hair. When you do these things, you're reaffirming to yourself that you can trust yourself. You are then becoming someone who does what they say. So if you feel like making big commitments is too hard, even to yourself right now, saying that I'm gonna work out 5 times a week is too much to actually do it, then start with small promises that you make to yourself. For example, you say, I'm going to have a fruit today. Have the fruit. Just try to do as many things that you say to yourself, that you promise to yourself, as you can. When you keep doing this, it's going to get easier and easier to do the bigger things that are going to help you shift completely from personality or identity A to the identity B. Number two is to change the stories you tell yourself. It can be a little hard to do it subconsciously because subconsciously your stories about yourself are already set. By stories, I mean the beliefs you have about yourself, the things you think of yourself. For example, maybe you're not saying this out consciously or anything, but subconsciously you believe that you are a lazy person. Or in your head, you know that you're a lazy person. Like that's what you think of yourself. But what you can do to change the self-concept is consciously tell yourself different stories. Maybe instead of saying, oh, I am so disorganized, my room is never clean, you can instead say, I am going to clean my room this weekend. It's not the cleanest right now, but I know that cleaning it is going to make me happier because that's who I want to be. I want to become a person who has a clean room. Or instead of saying, oh, I always get up late, my sleep schedule is so bad, you can say, I'm working on improving my sleep schedule. This is what I want my sleep schedule to be. So I'm excited to be in that routine. Like, switch up your language about yourself, basically. And that's how you change the stories you have about yourself. And then when you're saying those things, actually do them as well, like we mentioned in the first point. Okay, I messed up. It's not 3 tips, it's 5 tips actually. Third tip is to upgrade your environment according to the self-image that you do want. Maybe change out the posters that you have or change out the jewelry stand that you have because you want a different style. The other version of you who you want to become like would have her dresses laid out in a particular way or her closet arranged a particular way. Maybe add affirmation cards to your room because you know that she would have something like that. So just make these little environmental changes that make it easier for you to associate yourself with that new person, and you start subconsciously seeing and believing that, oh, this is who I am. Now I'm a person who organizes her closet. Now I'm a person who lights up a candle because it's kept right beside you. Number 4 is to act like her. Now, I don't mean fake it till you make it types act, and I don't mean act how she would act in the future. I literally mean channel that future version of yourself, the person who you want to become like now, like in the present moment. I've just noticed, even for myself, that when we think of future self, we're thinking of a completely different environment, different clothes, different house, different work, different vibe, different everything. But what we need to do is Become that person right now, even with the same environment that you have, the same clothes, the same routine. How would she act now in this circumstance? Not with the $1 million that she'd have, not with all the designer dresses she's wearing, but right now in this cute outfit, with this cute hair bun, with these AirPods, with this room, what would she do? How is she acting? Live like that. So then it becomes easier to connect to her. It becomes easier to shift to her. And it just becomes easier for you to actually realize and grasp that you are her right now. The last tip that I have to shift your self concept to your dream self, or for any new habit that you're trying to incorporate, or any habit that you're trying to get rid of, is to take responsibility without shame. Sit with yourself and acknowledge wherever you are pulling yourself back so that you can honestly start shifting them. Like, be neutral about the thing. Okay, I know that I'm holding myself back in and this aspect of my life. Cool. I am here to improve it. How can I do that? Instead of feeling bad for yourself or feeling guilty that, oh my God, why am I like this? And when will I change? And blah, blah, blah. Instead of being in that energy, okay, like everybody's trying to be better. This is where you are. How can you go higher? You can't fix what you don't agree or believe needs fixing. So just acknowledge and then just follow all the other tips that I gave you. That is all for today's episode. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I really hope that you take up these tips to use them to shift your self concept. And I just want to let you know that it's not just for, the ultimate shift to your dream life or something really, really big. It can just be about the small things of trying to add workouts into your daily life and eating healthy, or just trying to sleep better, or trying to have better relationships with the people around you. So thank you so much for listening. And I love you so much. I am so excited for you to try these and just become the person that you want to become in 2025. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a follow, rate, and review, or share it with somebody who you think might enjoy this podcast or this episode. And I will talk to you next week. Mwah.